Alrighty, Nan.
Which sweater are you showing off? You know what?
All of them.
Oh,
What are you showing off?
nothing.
Why? How come?
I have nothing worthwhile showed up.
You finished your cardigan. The black one. We never showed it.
I forgot about that.
And your sweater.
It took me a long time to remember what black cardigan is. Like a, what do you call it?
Yeah,
A
cocoon. You have a few sweaters to show off next time.
Are you talking about that red wrap thing?
No, the giant chunky sweater that took 3 years to make with the giant needles.
Which one? I don't know which one you're talking
With
about.
the giant needles. The like mushroom taupe kind of colored one.
I don't know if I ever finished one.
Yeah, you did. Remember? We seamed the whole thing. You ripped it out and made it smaller. Alright, ready to start?
I guess.
I guess. It won't be too long today. Sound good?
It's always long. you have 2 million words to say all the time.
I don't have that much to say today. Okay. Ready? Want to say hi?
Hi.
Hi! Welcome back to session... Oh no. 8? 9. This might be 9. Our 9th episode now.
Oh.
I think you were in like half of them.
Wow.
Yeah. It's basically...
I'm getting famous.
Yeah, pretty much. It is August 20th, the day after Rocco's birthday, in case anyone was wondering, because we did not realize yesterday that it was the 19th.
They know who Rocco is.
They know who Rocco is. Maybe Sophia will bring him down later for a cameo. This looks a little crooked. I'm going to fix it. But it is August 20th. It is 2020, and it's about 11:30 in the morning. It is cold here. How are you feeling about the temperature, Nan?
It's cold.
It's cold.
Unusually cold. It's usually warm.
It is usually warm. We are down the shore,
Beach weather.
and we would normally be at the beach. Yesterday, my sister and I went to the beach in sweatshirts and sweatpants, and that usually doesn't happen until the beginning of October. And so a few weeks early, it's cold, we're bundled up. We just turned heat on for the first time.
It's supposed to get warm tomorrow.
Hopefully. Well, I won't be here tomorrow, so that doesn't help. But we are coming from a chilly South Jersey Shore house with lots of knitting, lots of things to talk about. Hopefully not too much because Nanny has things to do. My name's Brianna.
My name is Nanny.
This is Nanny. I am the dyer and now designer and candle pourer behind The Little Wolf Knits. And this is the one who showed me how to knit. So it's all because of her. It's all her fault. I didn't want to say you were to blame, but she's to blame. We have some finished things to talk about today, some shop news, some things I'm working on, some things Nanny is working on, and she'll have to bring her finished things next time. And then some updates and things that are kind of coming down the pike in the next few months or so. We will get started with some, I guess, just basic administration things. If you're looking for an Advent or a 12 Days of Christmas, they will be coming down tomorrow. I'm going to start dyeing them Tuesday, so if you want one, grab one now. I have a highlight in my Instagram at thelittlewolfknits that has some of the inspiration photos I've chosen for either of those. And definitely the full Advent is going to be a mix of a variegated and a tonal or solid for each photo. And I think the 12 days might not be exactly that for 6 photos, but it's going to be some sort of mix of that. So those are up in the shop. What else is in the shop, Nan?
I have no idea.
The second month of my Gilmore Girls Yarn and Charm Club with Amanda over at Little Bitty Delights. And the second month is Lorelai Gilmore and her sock set. It's a 100-gram full skein and 2 20-gram minis. Is up in the shop with a free pattern right now and the option to add on one of Amanda's amazing charms. If you haven't seen them, go check out both of our Instagrams. Go check out my shop and see the details for that, because that will be up for about another week or so before we start dyeing and making the charms and sending them out by mid-October. The first month was Luke Danes, which was super exciting then. We pretty much sold out of charms. And once Lorelai goes up, once those yarn and charm sets go out in the mail and people start to get them, then the yarn and the pattern will be available for folks who didn't take part in the club, so you'll just have to buy them separately. And that's some exciting news, because that means a few things, Nan. Like my pattern's coming out. My first ever pattern, my flannel shirt socks. I didn't bring them with me because I forgot. But I'll share more about them. Remember to follow me on Instagram if you want to get in on that in any way, shape, or form.
Okay.
Did you ever watch Gilmore Girls?
No.
I think you would like it a lot. Sophia doesn't like it, but me and Mommy watched it, and it's very... The main characters, it's like a mom, her daughter, and her mom. Mm-hmm. So like the 3 generations, and there's definitely a lot of similarities to you, me, and Mommy.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, it's good. Cool. I'll talk a little bit more about some of that stuff at the end and shop update. Otherwise, let's get into it. Let's talk about what I'm wearing. I don't know if I've worn this on a podcast before. A hair or something on me. I've definitely showed it off on Ravelry and my Instagram, but I don't know if I've worn it on a podcast before. My Ripple Crop Top by Jessie May. In my Dune Runner colorway, it has like oranges and browns and dark grays that are almost black. That was inspired by the foxes, the red foxes that run on the dunes of the beach. At night, they live in Island Beach State Park, which is down the end of the island, and at night, when we used to hang out on the beach as kids, you'd see them scurrying across the dunes. And this colorway is back in the shop now. It's cute, right? Mm-hmm. And I love this pattern. I'm surprised I haven't made another one already, but probably because I'm so busy knitting all of the other Jessie May patterns. I'm sure it'll happen. Another one will come one day. I won't be surprised. This is in my Sunfish base. I think it's a fingering weight pattern. I think she also has a DK weight pattern, but I knit this a while ago before that one came out. So that's what I'm wearing. Nan, are you wearing anything knitted?
No.
Do you want to talk about anything that you're wearing?
No, I'm not wearing anything special.
What about your glasses?
Huh?
What about your glasses?
Oh, my glasses. Well, I didn't think these were going to be this elaborate when I bought them.
What, can we show? Can I take them off?
I couldn't find my other glasses, so that's what I'm wearing today.
These are them. Yes, people.
My Elton John glasses.
Her Elton John glasses. They are... Sorry, it's going to make you sick to look through them, but look at that sparkle. Little red frames. Very cute. Cool. Talk about things that we had finished.
Yeah.
So let's start with oldest, the first thing I finished, and then go back to the most recent, right? Mm-hmm. So the first thing I finished, you've seen this at least once on the podcast, I think twice. I finished it! My Jupiter Crop by Caitlin Hunter, Boyland Knitworks. I love it. It's so cute. I just blocked it. It's still even a little bit cool. Like it's cold to put on.
No.
No? I'm just cold maybe. And I knit this up with all of my own yarn. So this is like I think a terracotta or a rusted spokes misfit when I was testing out how to dye them. Birthday suit, this green is beach grass. The purple is see you at dusk. And the brown was, I think, a boardwalk. I think boardwalk. I made the smallest size. I used the needles that were recommended to get gauge. I think a 5. Caitlin Hunter and I have very similar gauges, or tension, I should say, because I usually am spot on with her recommended needles. I knit it exactly to pattern. Oh no, that's a lie. I didn't knit it exactly to pattern. I added, there's an option here in this last body repeat to add a little bit if you want it a little longer. So I think I added 3 extra repeats, which was like an extra 1.5 inches. Now that I blocked it, I probably didn't need to do that, but it comes just at my natural waist. And you know, I could bunch it up a little more or pull it down a little and keep it tight. It's so cute. I cannot wait to wear this. I finished this maybe a week or so ago. And it was sitting in my living room because look at all the ends I had to weave in, man.
I know. I can imagine.
Look. And I just didn't want to do it. I don't dislike weaving in ends. I just didn't want to do it. I just wanted to be knitting. So I brought it down the shore with me, and I only brought 2 whips, but one that I knew I would finish on Friday, and then 1 other whip. So I knew I would get all these ends woven in and block it, and now I'm annoyed that I took so long to do it because I'm going to wear this constantly. It's so cute. With jeans, over dresses, over skirts. And this is on my 420 base, so this is DK weight sweater. She might have knit it even with sport, but I think my DK weight is on the lighter side, so it definitely is because of yardage. So it's pretty interchangeable. And I used, I think, a size 5 Chiagu, my interchangeable needle set. Ah! Nan,
What?
smile?
Fun?
No, smile. Okay, we'll take a picture later for the screenshot, the opening shot of this video. It's so cute. Okay, FO number 1. I love color work. FO number 2, this second thing I finished. I think you saw one of these and maybe the start of a second one. Maybe I had just started the ribbing, but this is my second pattern I designed. I designed this, Nan.
Very nice.
That is for the second month of the Gilmore Girls Yarn and Charm Club. And this is my Oi with the Poodles Already sock. Obviously inspired by Lorelai Gilmore. We have baubles. We have this like baby garter chevron, a garter heel flat, and a garter toe. It's so cute. And these colorways, I think, are just so perfectly Lorelai Gilmore. So this is the Lorelai Gilmore sock set that you'd be getting with the club that's online. So this main color is Give Her Coffee and She'll Go Away. For any Gilmore Girl fans. Isn't that cute, Nan? That is what she wrote on the horoscope that she gave to Luke the first day they met, that he keeps in his wallet. Which is just perfect because Luke's colorways, I am all in, which is also Lorelai related, so I thought their colors had to go together. This really deep, there you go. And you can see this on my Instagram. This like deep purple brown is Coffee, 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 obviously. And then this really soft tonal yellow is 1,000 Yellow Daisies. And you'll get 20 grams of each of the minis and then 100 grams of this main colorway. I knit these actually in my new catamaran base, which is a 75-25 BFL nylon instead of my sunfish, my other sock base, which is a superwash merino. Feel this. This is a different, it's not merino. What do you think of it? It's a little more woolly, right? It's not like so soft. You don't think so? It's barely. It's still really soft.
It's more like a cotton.
Yeah, it's not as soft. It's like a little more rough on your hands, but it's not It's not scratchy, like
No.
scratchy wool at all.
No.
It's just a sturdier, stronger wool. And I really like it. I think it's perfect for socks, but I think you could use it certainly for a top or anything else if you like that more woolly feel. And I actually mixed these minis were in my sunfish base, and I don't think it matters at all. So this is different from this. It doesn't
The
look...
yellow?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's softer.
Uh-huh. Right?
I like this top. It's one of your better tops.
Thanks.
It's the plainest, but I love it.
I know, it's cute.
The
I
colors.
like it.
I like the colors.
Thanks, Nan. It's in my shop.
Oh.
So this sock is currently this sock is currently being tested. I think 2, maybe actually 3. I'm positive 3. Vivian Donnell and Amanda all finished their first sock and are working on the second sock, honestly, in less than a week. I think the simple, like it's very simple, very beginner friendly, but I think you'll learn some new techniques. So everyone was talking about how the bobbles were really easy for them to follow, never having done bobbles before or having done bobbles that were just not easy. And I tried about 6 or 7 different types of bobbles to make sure I got one that I really like the look of and how it's done. And so between the bobbles and then this baby chevron and then the garter heel flap, it feels like there's enough change and the different colors, right? Enough change in texture that you don't have to think too much at all, but it just kind of keeps your interest. And I know I did mine in, I think, 2 days, maybe 3 for the second one, but I think I did up to the heel turn on day 1 and then the rest on the second day. And the third one, maybe I did leg, heel turn, gusset, and then foot. So these were done within a week. And I'm so excited for these and really excited for this pattern release that, so you'll get the pattern for free included if you buy the yarn and charm kit. Even if you actually just get the yarn and don't get the charm option, the bonus is that you'll get a free pattern with that. And I'm super excited for these because I really, really love them. And I think I caught the design bug. And I'll be designing more things.
Good for you.
I know, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're so cute. And they're so not my colors, but they're so Lorelai. You have to watch the show. It's like this baby pink. And the way I dyed it, it's like poured in layers, like bloop, 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 which is not normally how I dye my colorways. And so you get this really cool like micro striping, but it's like this baby pale pink, this softer kind of magenta, this deeper purple berry kind of color, and then actually the same color that's this coffee colorway, this dark brown. And then blue speckles for Luke and Rory. So all of the colorways are going to tie into each other. So I think it's really cute. Okay, done with that because I could talk about that all day. Okay, I have one more finished object. One more thing I started and finished this week, so y'all have not seen this. And I should say, because I'm bad at this, all of my socks I always knit on a US 1, 2.25 millimeter, and I have a Chiago interchangeable set, which I use, and I knit them magic loop. And I have a small foot, and I make the 56 stitch sock for me, and it fits me really well. I usually make, I'm a 4.5, so I have a very small foot. I have been making the 72 for Michael and the 64, I think, for my sister. But I saw Michael's socks the other day and they're super baggy and loose. And I was like, Michael, why are these so loose? And he was like, oh, I thought they were supposed to be like that. So I can definitely go down to a 64 for him, which will be really nice when I'm knitting him socks. I don't know. I have to check in Sophia and see what her socks look like. Anyway, my most recent FO, I finished this on Friday night, is still in my Love Bug bags. I haven't blocked it because it's acrylic and I don't know if I will. But this is using a bunch of just different yarns that I had. I think these are all Impeccable, which is maybe a Loops and Threads. Acrylic yarn from Michael's. It's really, I think it's really soft. It's acrylic. It's not but it's for my nephew, and so I wanted it to be washable and easy, and colorful, and it'll still maintain some heat, I think, which is nice. So it is his 4th birthday next week, and whenever I knit around him, he's like trying to play with my yarn, and I'm gonna get him to knit. No, he won't knit, but he always plays with my yarn when I'm knitting around him, and I asked him if he wanted a sweater, and a few months ago, and he said yes, he wanted an all yellow sweater, which was really random. I didn't know he liked yellow, but I didn't make him an all yellow sweater, but I sent him a bunch of pictures of the yarn that I had, and I asked him to pick some colors, and no surprise to me, he chose, I used it all. He chose this blue and this green, which his mom, my sister, Nikki, was like, can you please put like a gray or a tan? I tried to convince him, but he won't. And I said, well, good news for you. Those 2 colors are like accents, and so I don't have enough to only do the sweater in those, so I will add in a more neutral color to tone it down for you. I decided to do the flax, the worsted weight one, the flax, the original, just because it was simple and I thought it was cute. I saw some pictures. I thought it would be easy to do. And I didn't really know about too many other basic sweaters for little kids. So this is it. It's just like a tan, that bright blue, that army green, olive green, and it goes back into the tan for the ribbing at the bottom of the sweater and the cuffs. I knit this with the suggested needles and got gauge. I think it was an 8 and a 5 for the ribbing. And he's tiny, so I made my gauge was actually a little bit bigger. But it was the fabric I wanted. I went down a needle and it was too dense. I didn't like it. And so I like this fabric. So I stayed with these needles and I just knit the size down because he's turning 4, but he's really tiny. So I think if I had done the 4 to 6, it would have just been too big. So I stayed with the needles and I did the 2 to 4. And it worked out to exactly the size that I needed. And I had done the math a little bit before to figure it out and make sure it would come to a 24, a little less than a 24-inch bust. So this is it. It's super cute. All my ends are woven in. I just didn't block it because, like I said, it's acrylic and I don't know if I need to. Do you guys block acrylic things? Let me know. Does it matter? But it's really cute. I hope he likes it. I hope they wear it. It's adorable. Right? And it was so quick, man. It was like 2 days. I actually knit the whole yoke, separated for the sleeves with the other needles, and I was like, I don't like this. Ripped it out, redid it. I think I did through the yoke to like halfway through the blue in day 1. Day 2, I finished the body, and then day 3, I did the sleeves. And I didn't work on it very much when I did the sleeves, but I did them 2 at a time so that I could use as much yarn, make sure they were even, yada yada. Which actually I think made it take a little bit longer, but I was fine with it. So my third FL, so cute. And now I want to make one for all the little babies in my life. Michael's niece is turning 1 in November, and then there's Christmas for both of them. And then new baby, Nikki's new baby, is coming in January, so I think I might be knitting up a bunch of these little sweaters. And I have a bunch of acrylic yarn from when I used to do more made-to-order work. Once I can go back home to Teaneck, Northern Jersey, I'll grab some of that yarn for this, but I cannot right now because my mom has coronavirus, which I'll talk more about at the end. Maybe. We'll see. But FL number 3 is done. It's adorable. How do you fold sweaters? I just fold them like normal. shirts, but I know other people don't do that. What?
No, I'm watching.
Like that?
It's okay.
What do you do? Something different?
I don't remember. Yeah, I folded the sleeves.
The same thing, right? Yeah, okay.
First I did the sleeves and then I folded it in.
Okay, so we did the same thing. I wonder, is that how you fold your sweaters?
Let me see.
Let me know, people.
I would make it wider so it's not so bulky, I think.
And not fold the body in at all, just the sleeves? Yeah, that works. Anyway, FO number 3. Now, things that I'm working on. And I want to look at the time, 25. Okay, I have one whip. That I started last week, maybe, after I finished my Jupiter crop and my Lorelai socks. I cast this on, and this is yarn I've had for a really long time that was sitting in a bag in hibernation, never cast on, or maybe it was cast on and frogged for a different sweater by a designer. I decided I didn't want to make this sweater anymore, but I really wanted to use the yarn, and I knew I wanted it to be a sweater, but I didn't know. I was choosing between a few sweaters, and so I will share with you. It is in my Belcher family bag from Mrs. Brown's Bags. This is a medium drawstring tote, I think. I bought this for myself this summer, and I love it. Got all those colors. And it's like a really big, bulky single ply. I love this. Acid green's my favorite. I think this is a cute bag now.
Mm-hmm.
And in it is the yarn I was talking about. Can y'all guess what this yarn is? Can y'all guess? It's not my yarn. It's another dyer's yarn. Can you guess? Can you guess? It is Allie of Explorer Knits and Fibers, and this is her headwig colorway. And I have had 3 skeins of this on her Cashmere Caverns base for years. 2 years, maybe. And it's beautiful, and I love it, and I knew I wanted it to be a sweater. And I actually, so I'm a little bummed. It's not a big deal, but these are definitely from 2 different dye lots. This one has a lot of brown in it, which I really actually like. And this one has almost no brown. And this one has absolutely no brown. So this one might be from a different dye lot, which is fine. Like I said, I really like it. I just hate alternating skeins, but I'm doing it. So I had this yarn. I had this in a bag, and I didn't know if I wanted to do. I've had a wool and honey sweater in my queue for a really long time. I've been wanting to do a weekender light for a really long time. I was also considering something else. Maybe it was just those 2 sweaters, but I had a few sweater quantities of yarn. Oh, Cozy Classic Light, another one. But I had a few different sweater quantities, and I was trying to figure out, you know, with this kind of variegated, would it be good with the wool and honey? Maybe I go with the weekender. Maybe I do a cardigan. Oh, that was it. A featherweight cardigan, because I have a gray cardigan, like store-bought, and there's a hole. And I could replace it, but also I just want to knit a cardigan. I wear my Comfort Fade cardi almost every single day of my life, and I know I would wear it more if I had another one or a fingering weight. I think would be perfect. But like I said, a few different sweater quantities, so I was trying to figure out what goes where and which I wanted to cast on next. This was already caked up, so it won, and I decided to go with the Wool and Honey by Andrea Mowry. Drea Renee Knits. We met her, remember?
Mm-hmm.
The blonde one with the hat.
Mm-hmm.
So this is her sweater pattern. Allie of Explorer Knits yarn. I am knitting with size 4 Chiagu, and I think I did the ribbing in a 3, which is what the pattern calls for. Rocco! Hi, puppy. Come here. You want to say hi? Come here. Do you want a treat? Come on. I'll bribe you. Rocco. Rocco, come on. Come on. Do you want to come up? You want a treat? Come on.
Nope.
Well, this is awkward.
Huh?
I said, this is awkward.
Why?
Because he won't come here.
I think
He's
he's
thirsty.
acting strange today.
He's a little angry we forgot his birthday. Can you hear that? Come here, puppy. Come here. No. Don't run away from me. Okay, he's not interested. He's not interested. Not interested. Bye, Rocco. Okay. Anyway, back to the sweater knitting. It's gonna like restart soon. I'm just gonna stop it and then restart it because I know it cuts out.